So we are live. Good Nigeria. I had to make that. It's a good afternoon from here. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Parents Corner of Legacy Monday Live. I do not take your presence here for granted. I believe that you're also receptive enough to accept what you're going to learn here this afternoon and to run with it. Okay? Because very often it is easier for you to hear. Yes, you listen attentively, but when it's time to act, it becomes a challenge. So, parents, get your pen, get your journal. It's your turn to learn how to build your family's legacy through modeling. So today's topic is no need to control, just model. Your discipline impacts theirs. And I guess you know who I'm talking about, your young adults. My name is Luke-Aliga, and I am your young adult values coach and the founder of Values for Legacy Academy. Yeah. I help your young adults make the better choice. That's what I do. Their values, their legacy. Okay. So, many of you parents believe that once your child is 18 or 20, there's nothing else they're learning from you. You just feel that your job as a parent is done. But I'm here to tell you that you are far, far away from the truth or from the fact. Okay? You're far away from the fact when you, as a young adult parent, believe that it is done. I'm done with my job. They can go and I can go. That's not true. Your young adults are learning from you, but they are maybe not telling you. They are also maybe not letting you know. But the truth is that whatever you model, they are picking. Whatever you model, they are picking. Okay? All right. So, why did I say they are picking? Because you may be wondering, but they are grown now. Do they need me to continue teaching them anything? Are they really fully grown? And is there anybody who is beyond learning? Or should I say, anybody who is above learning? Is there anybody like that? Throughout my life on earth, I have never seen a person who isn't consistently learning one way or the other. So, whether an adult or a child, I have come to notice that every human being yearns to learn and looks up to someone for guidance. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, Luke-Aliga, thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so like I said, every human, whether a child or an adult, looks up to someone for guidance. So whether you're 50, you're 40, that child is 6 or 7, you always have someone that you look up to, that you copy behavior from. that you want to be like. So, the parent, you are not disciplined in maybe how you manage your finances, because I've seen one too many parents who don't know how to manage their finances. So they just get into money and they squander it. That's indiscipline. I've seen the ones who don't know how to speak well. They do not gauge what they say. They do not check it before they use it. I mean, the words that they use. Okay, just yesterday, let me tell you a story. Just yesterday, I went to a shop where someone, the tailor's shop. And while there's this lady who had three children, a girl. The last girl is just about 5. Yeah, what we call a full-grown woman, walks into that, tailoring shop. And what did she say? She probably knows the girl. So she looks at her and says, how are you? You gave birth to. And the girl says, a baby girl. Oh my God. The woman paused, just the way I just did now. She paused. And the next thing that comes out of her mouth is, you will do and give birth to a boy. Goodness me. That baby is just 4 months. And the only thing in your mind as an adult, as an elderly person, someone older than her, to tell her is, you will do and give birth to a boy. I couldn't even react. I personally couldn't react, but I felt the impact of that word or that sentence on the young girl. So that is indiscipline in talking. That's indiscipline in speech. So your young adult is looking to you. If you're indisciplined in habits, maybe you prefer to lie down or lie around, in the mornings you don't get out of your bed and just get to walk. Your young adult is watching. They know, and they are picking it. So why am I telling you? I'm telling you because it is not only children that are learning from you. Your young adults are also learning from you. They may not tell you. So if you as a parent is indisciplined, your young adults are going to absorb it. But it is not too late. And that's why we have Values for Legacy Academy. And then this Parent Corner. It is never too late for you to change the trajectory of your life so that your young adult can copy it, so that you can be a model to your young adults. Okay? So how do you do that? You subject yourself as a parent to learning. So you unlearn old patterns. For example, if you're the talkative type who doesn't think before talking, you can unlearn that attitude. You can unlearn that behavior. And when you unlearn it, your young adults will often follow. Your young adults will follow. So I'm going to give you another instance of an alcoholic father. So I came to understand through reading that children, especially children of alcoholic fathers, will become alcoholics themselves. Do you see that? But if that father along the line decide that I'm going to put a stop to this bad behavior, I'm going to put a stop to this indisciplined attitude, the son will be inspired to make a change. The children who followed him will be inspired to quit alcoholism too. So that shows you that a change in you as a parent can spark a change in your young adult. But when you become disciplined, it's not just about you. It is a mirror that your young adult is watching. Then, another thing that makes us as parents, you as a parent, believe that you're done with your job when once your young adult clocks 18 or 20. Another thing that makes you believe is that you you probably didn't build the connection over the years. So after all the, enforcement and all the control while they were growing up as children, maybe they reached 18, you heave the sigh of relief. Thank God, let them go. But it doesn't work that way. So what do? You have to begin to renew the relationship that you had with them. So I'm going to help you with what to do to build stronger bonds, stronger relationships with your young adults, so that it can help you model discipline, model any kind of behavior you want to model, and also give them the, take away the resentment they carry about, so it will allow them to be able to copy the good aspects of your behaviors. Because the truth is, if you do not have a strong bond with your young adult, it will be difficult to help them make changes. But if there's a bond, if there's a connection, it will be may not be too easy, but it will be easier. It reduces the resistance. Okay, I'm going to explain that as we progress. So, building your relationship with your young adult, if you had not built before, and if you had built, making it better. Control works best, doesn't work best anyway. It can work on children. Why I said it doesn't work best is the truth is every child has a brain, and every child has feelings. And when you control, there's a feeling that it elicits, most often the feeling of resistance. They want to resist. We're talking about young adults now. So control cannot work in young adults. If you want to control their life, just listen to any young adult. I've listened to many young adults. The next thing you hear is that she wants to control me. I don't know what. There's my mother wants to control me. I don't know why she's always, wanting to get into my business. Or you hear, my father is so controlling. He just gives an instruction and expects me to follow. They are in your house, so they don't want you to control. But that's expected, because they have come to the age where they, we've called them adults now. And what is adulthood? Adulthood is the time when they are supposed to exert their independence. And if your young adult cannot exert independence, you have not done a good job as a parent. Note that. If your young adult child cannot exert independence as an individual, you have not done a good job of parenting. So you don't control. So what do? You connect. Connection is the strategy. Even if it was not there before, even if it wasn't there, because so many of us are on that table, even if you were not connected, you can start it. No time is late. The day you wake up is your morning. Start that day. No time is late. So connection is the new strategy. Begin to connect with your young adults. When you connect, that behavior can be changed, and then you model the behavior, they will follow suit. So let me give you practical steps that you can use to connect. Many parents are used to calling their young adults. You just pick the phone and you're like, Nkechi, how are you? You don't even wait to get a reply. The next thing, Nkechi, that crayfish has finished though. Please, I need another crayfish. That fish has finished. I need another crayfish. You see, that fish was sweet. Oh, that's all. You drop the call. That cannot take the place of connection. Or the father, you are the father, and you're calling. Nah. Why am I using Igbo names? Sorry. Okay, my coach is not Igbo. Why now? Okay, so let's say, let me use Peter, okay? So you pick a phone as a father and you're calling your young adult son. Maybe your young adult son is fortunate to be working, so he has money to spend on you. And then you, Peter, you didn't even ask how are you. Peter, our roof, one part of the roof is leaking. You need to give money. And the next time you're calling Peter, you're saying, Peter, we need to pour cement, please, I need money for you to. Everything is what you need. You're calling your child, your young adult, for something that you want from them. That's the only time you call. That is the only time you call them. There's no bonding, there's no connection. In fact, your young adult will feel that you don't love them. They will feel that this one is just using no money. If you, as she just see your call, but then she has come again, it's money. What is this time? They carry phone. I don't know if you get it. It breeds resentment. The truth is, it breeds resentment. They won't tell you. So, what you will do, the practical step to do to build connection is call them just to check in. When you call your young adults, ask them how they are. Call them just to check in on them. Like, hello, Cynthia. You ask, how are you? And Cynthia says, I'm fine. You know that our simple, I'm fine. And you say, I know you're fine. But Cynthia, is there anything bothering you right now? Or Cynthia, how is work going? Like, that's your boss. How is she? Are they just say something that makes Cynthia know that you genuinely care about her. Okay? So you can just ask such questions, and then drop the call. Don't even ask for anything. After you've called to say, how are you, Cynthia? And then Cynthia says, and then you say, how is workplace? Just what is going on around you? Are you happy today? How are you feeling today? Just ask and tell them, I just called to check on you. Drop. Believe me, Cynthia will smile. Cynthia will sit back and reflect on your call and like, she loves me or he loves me. You are building connection. Another way you can build connection is to share short stories about your life or share short stories from your life. That's one way to build connection. It helps your young adult, especially when you were a young adult, share stories about your life as a young adult, your mistakes, your wins, those things that just make them get to know the you that they didn't know before they were born. Share those stories. Stories have a way of connecting us. When shared stories connect us. Shared stories makes your young adults see you in a different light. They now see you that, so you experience this thing that I am experiencing. So you've got maybe stories of your wins after a fail, your stories of your losses, and then how you bounce back. Just tell them stories. It is a way of connecting. Another way you can connect is by cracking jokes. When you crack jokes, you lighten the atmosphere. So whether your young adult is with you physically, maybe in the same house, or your young adult is living somewhere outside the states, outside the country, the phones will do, video calls will do. You call them and you're cracking a joke. I have this is not a parent anyway, but as a lecturer who, when I call him to greet him, he says, there's something he say, what can I do you for? It just makes me laugh. It just makes me to laugh. And once I laugh, it lightens up. So for parents, this improves your connection with your child. So it lightens the atmosphere and allows both of you to relax. And connection thrives where the atmosphere is relaxed, the relaxed atmosphere. Okay. Another way you can connect is to show genuine interest in their hobbies, experiences, and feelings. Show genuine interest in their hobbies, their experiences, and their feelings. Ask questions. Ask leading questions that will make them open up to you. So even if bonding was weak in childhood, start now. That very moment you start, it's okay, it's your money. So discipline flows easily when there is a relationship rather than from control or from authority, position of authority. Okay. Another way you can help your young adults build, the right values, like build discipline, which is what we are discussing this February, is repairing your relationships. You repair relationships that you have. Okay, so I'm going to just say something that is very common to every family. Most families, let me not say every, because some parents had understood these things earlier on and had applied them in their life. But in many families, parents have hurt their children, not on purpose. No, not on purpose. But from the level of knowledge they had while their children were growing up. I wanted that to sink. In childhood, you may have hurt your children, not because you wanted to, but because you were raising them with the knowledge that you had at the time. And that is why we hear about childhood trauma. That's why we hear about childhood trauma and people trying to help us heal from that childhood trauma. So you were this. Okay, let me tell. Personally, personally, I was this person who said, I am a disciplinarian. Because most times it is from the place of trying to discipline that child. Also, most times it's in the place of trying to pursue material needs and neglecting the child. You're building wounds that you don't know you are building. Because of course you think you're doing your child good. So that builds resentment. I prided myself as a disciplinarian some years back. I prided myself as a disciplinarian. I think from when I was 17, 18, I really thought I was a disciplinarian. And what was I doing? I was using the cane. Everywhere you go, there's a cane. So if you're a little child around me and I'm supposed to contribute to raising you, then we used to raise as a community. When you do something wrong, I kneel down and then I flog you. Do you understand? In flogging, we say flog with love, do with love. Let's not go there, because many of us adults now have stories to tell that are very unpalatable. But thank God for healing. Thank God for us coming to knowledge, and understanding what to do better. Okay, so I was talking about you must have wounded your child in your young adults as at then in childhood. You must have wounded them, and even you might be wounding them even now without knowing your words, the words you speak. Okay, so one of the things that you will do so that when you model the follow, or so that you model the right behavior to your child, is healing through apology. You heal the relationship that you have with your child by apologizing for the wrong that you did without knowing. Because you have come to the right knowledge, you have seen that there is a reason, there is a need. Because healing does not, you cannot just, authority does not excuse the mistakes you made. I'm standing today to tell you that some of the things you did caused wounds that have never left, that have never gone. and your child is roaming around looking for healing, but you can make it faster and open up the opportunity for your child to copy you, or let me say, for you to model to your child. So what happens? What you do in this case is apologize for whatever you did, even in your ignorance. Apologize for whatever you did, even in your ignorance, that may have caused them trauma. Apology is very powerful. It softens the heart, releases tension that was between you, and open the doors for a better future. Remember, at Values for Legacy, we are talking about your legacy. And I'm so much interested in your family legacy. I want you to have the best. And you can't have it if you behave anyhow. You can't have it if you don't heal the wounds. It softens the heart and opens doors. When you apologize, when you as a parent apologize, your young adults become receptive to your guidance. Remember, the walls of resentment has been broken because you apologized. They no longer resist you. So when you want to guide them, they freely, with open heart, accept your guidance. So I want to give us, harshness in previous years. She began to see how her child became very boisterous around her. The child was, open and was able to open up and then begin to accept, whatever she was modeling. Apology is not a weakness. Can never be a weakness. Instead, what it does is to open up the gap, fill up the gap of influence, so you are able to influence your child, your young adults more. I hope you're following. I really do hope that you are following and that you're taking the points that you need and that you're going to apply it, because I want you to help your young adult build a legacy that their generations will be proud of. I can't do it without you. They can't also do it without you. So you are going to work with me for us to help them. So this week, do something. We're going to look at one aspect of your life where you are not disciplined. So is it money? Is it the way you talk? Is it living important things? Is it in your habits? Living important things to go have conversations that have no meaning? The one we call cho. Don't mind me, I have to bring that in. Okay. I have someone who the children back then, not now, used to tell us that this mother prefers to wake up in the morning and go outside the gates, to be greeting people that are passing by and having little bits of discussion here and there with the people that in the morning. So you can imagine your young adults seeing you do that or remembering that's what you did and copying it. So please, if that's what you were doing before, you've got to change it. And for you to be able to, for your young adult to be able to adopt the change that you are trying to make, that's what I said. One of the things you're going to do is to begin to change that bad behavior. So that's number one. Another thing you will do, I want you to apply it for the best. Another thing you will do is put a call across to your young adult just to connect. Put a call across to your young adult just to connect. These two things, these small steps, Okay, you model discipline and then build trust. They will model discipline to your young adult. They build trust and reopen influence. You actually supposed to be an influencer in your child's life. Granted, you are not like the first line of influence when the child is a young adult, and that's why you need mentors like me to step in. Okay, so Brett, you have to be at that place where you continue to be an influencer, and that can happen only when you make these changes. Okay, so stop trying to control, start modeling. Again, remember that's your own discipline impacts their own discipline. Okay, I've given you what to practice already. Change one thing, become disciplined in one thing, and then begin to connect, to bond. Your grown child is not beyond your influence. You are still influencing them. They are still learning from you. They are still watching you, and they still need your example. Everybody needs an example. Be the example for you. Pay for your young adults to join my one-on-one coaching sessions. There's the one-off, the 3 months, and the 6-month subscriptions. Don't let them walk alone. Let me walk with them. Okay, so those who were on Facebook, because Facebook kind of did something. I said you should encourage them, but I said you should scratch that. Give them my one-on-one coaching sessions as gifts. So we have the one-off, the 3 months, and the 6-month subscription. Give your young adults my one-on-one coaching sessions as a gift. Don't let them walk alone. Let me walk with them. Remember, whether old or young, we all need people to influence us. I am the right person to influence your young adults. Remember my name is Utitofon Luke-Aliga, and I am your young adult values coach. I help them do what? I help them make better choices. Ta-da!